Hey guys, what is up? It is SSD Middleman here with GuidesForUsAll, and today we're going to be checking out all that came with the Ash rework in Update 19.1. First and foremost are the changes to Ash and his new Koga skin. You all know I'm not too into Fashionscape, but the Koga skin looks pretty good. Can't say I'd spend platinum on it, but those interested should be pleased. Let's check out exactly what happened with Ash, as a lot of people have been asking for a rework to Bladestorm. We got a little bit more than that. Smokescreen was changed to be able to be casted in mid-air and while running without any movement lock. I actually really like this change. It makes him feel more like the ninja he's supposed to be, and you can stay on the move even while going invisible. Next up is a change to his teleport, which allows you to teleport to anything with a health bar, such as explosive barrels, fans, and crates. This change isn't really anything useful in any way, and we're just going to pretend I didn't spend any time talking about it. Last, and definitely not least, is the change to Bladestorm. This change is pretty huge, and I imagine the community will be pretty split on it. Instead of one click of 4 to wipe out entire platoons of enemies, you will now be put into a mark enemy mode, which will allow you to scroll your reticle over enemies to target them for attack. Each mark costs 15 energy, and any enemy can be marked up to 3 times. Once you finish marking, press 4 again and you will begin Bladestorm, which to my knowledge is exactly the same as it was before. If you decide to go invisible then mark enemies, the marks will cost 10 energy each as opposed to the original 15. This is really only worth it if you're going to be marking several enemies, as it still costs energy to go invisible. I have real mixed feelings about these changes. On one hand, I really like marking my enemies for death then swiftly executing them, but on the other hand, I feel like it slows gameplay down a lot, and if playing in a squad, by the time you end up marking the enemies, they could already be taken out by other players. It really feels like a gimmick instead of an actual rework, especially since it works exactly the same as it did before after you're done marking the enemies. I was personally hoping for something a little more different, as when you look at this in the big picture, it's a huge nerf to Ash. The energy cost of Bladestorm is much higher per enemy now, it takes longer to activate, and you have to see every enemy you'd like to kill. If I'm being honest, it's kind of a hassle to use an actual fast-paced gameplay. I'd love to hear what all of you think about this rework, and if you have any suggestions as to how they could change it, let me know in a comment. Next up, we have some changes to the sortie rewards. Everything past this point in the video may contain spoilers about the war within, so consider yourself warned. They've revamped the sortie drop table after everyone's complaints of getting literally only 2,000 endo every single day. You can now get 3-day boosters, Nitane extract, and Forma in addition to the previous rewards. As somebody who hates farming for Nitane extract, this sounded pretty cool on first read, but it's actually not that great. First off, when you do these sorties, you're really hoping to get a Riven mod, and having these extra drops on the table will frustrate many players, especially since players in the endgame have no use for any of these rewards. Lower leveled players could benefit from this, but I can't imagine many lower leveled players will be doing sorties since you now need to complete the war within to do them. It's also worth noting that they added pretty rarity colors to the sortie drop table. Thanks, DE. Next, we have changes to the method of farming Kuva. Instead of having a chance to spawn a siphon in a high leveled Grineer mission, Kuva missions will pop up on planets near the moving Kuva fortress. There will be 6 missions up at any given time and will operate on a cooldown of which the timer is not currently disclosed. I personally like this change, as I don't like relying on RNG to spawn that Kuva siphon, although players who like to farm large amounts of Kuva in a short amount of time will probably dislike this change, as it will limit how much you can get in a certain amount of time. Players that hop on occasionally, such as myself, will love this change. Lastly, we have some small changes. 10 Cavet genetic codes has been added to the alert drop table, thank God. Farming these has been horrible, although I feel that this addition was added way too late. New players will benefit hugely from this, although older players will probably be a little upset. Also, rare item alerts have had their length doubled, allowing you more time to get in on those sweet rewards. That's pretty much it. This update is a huge mixed bag, and there's going to need to be a lot of feedback to clean all of it up, so don't hesitate to post your suggestions on the forums or in the comments of this video. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating down below and subscribe to see some more videos in the future. Also, make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter at GuidesForUsAll, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.